Hi, this is John, gamer that tells it like it is. Some of you people have probably been hearing about the Nintendo Switch. Maybe you've been thinking about a Nintendo Switch, but haven't got one recently because, well, up on the release date of March 3rd, you had to camp out, have a pre-order, try to track down people that know a guy to try to get one. It's been a pain, but right now's the window. They are now available in the stores on Amazon, and I've seen a couple in the wild where you don't have to camp out overnight and try to find one, which is perfect. If you're going to enjoy something, you don't want to have to hassle like that, but it's important to get it now. In the end of the month, October 27th, a game is going to be coming to the system that is going to drive up sales, and be honest with you, is probably only the start of the March to the Christmas season, which it's going to be a high item, and a lot of kids are going to want them, and it's going to be hard to find. As it stands, the Nintendo Switch is a gaming system, but it's different than a PlayStation or Xbox or any of the previous systems because the Switch is both a home system and a portable system. So what you're looking for is something like this. Now, mind you, this is it in its portable form, if you will. It's got the two controllers on the sides, but you can also put it in the dock and put those controllers in this game grip here. Now, as it stands, what you're actually looking at is this. This is the Switch in and of itself. These on the sides are really just controllers. So the actual system is this. This is the Nintendo Switch. It has nothing to do with the Wii, the Wii U. It does not play discs, so it's not backwards compatible with the other Nintendo systems as it is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. First of all, this is portable. You can take this with you on the go, play, do what you want to do. Then when you're at home, it comes with the dock. This is hooked up to your TV with HDMI and power. You simply put that in, and there you go. You have a system now on your TV. Then, how are you going to play that from way back on your couch? Take the included grip Joy-Con here, slide it in, and then you're playing on your couch. All this is included. $300, not too bad. Now, at the end of the month, there's also a Mario bundle that's coming up for $380. You get red Joy-Cons. You can get other colors if you really want. There's also kits that you can do that you can change out the colors if you want on Amazon. But again, it depends on how mechanically inclined you are. You do have to take the Joy-Con apart, have special tools to swap out this piece of plastic. It's up to you whether that's important or not, but it is an option. Now, when the Mario bundle comes out, that's $380. You get the red Joy-Cons, you get a Mario case. Thing is, having a case is important, but to be honest, the cases that you find at Best Buy and a lot of those places are not that great. Why? We only hold so many games. Now, you can download a lot of games on this, and that's not a problem. It's got 32 gigs, and unlike the previous other systems out there, like the Xbox and whatnot, like those games are huge. The games on this aren't that huge, so you can get a lot of games on here. But if you do need to have a lot more room, and 32 gigs isn't going to cover it for you, there is a memory card reader on there that will support up to 1,024 gigabytes on a memory card. They don't make those yet. The point is, it's future expandable. As it stands, going ones right now about 200 gigabyte. Probably spend around 60, $70, maybe less, depending on what you want. But the fastest ones that you would want to get your hands on are the Ultra XC1s. And they're the same type that go in your cell phone. They're the micro SD. Again, it's going to go under here where the kickstand comes up. Again, it's easy to put that in if you want to. If you want to go all digital and you don't want to do any of the game cartridges that you can get in the store as it stands. Now, the game cartridges in and of themselves, they're right here, easy to pop out. They look like this. They're small, they got contacts on them, don't lick them, they taste horrible, which is great in case the kid doesn't ingest this. The cool thing about going cartridges is twofold. One, if you decide to go to a newer version years down the line, like it always happens, let's say there's Switch 2.0 in 5 years, it will most likely be backwards compatible. Nintendo's very good about that. More than likely, you could take that cartridge and put it in that system and you'll be good. I doubt they'll change from cartridges again. The other benefit to that is, unlike the Xbox's games, they had to load the software onto the system because they had a lot of load times with the disc. Cartridges, you don't need to do that. So the 32 gigs will go a long way. The other third benefit to go in cartridges when you're buying your games is if you sign up for the Gamers Club at Best Buy for $30 for 2 years, you get 20% discount. So instead of the games costing $60, they cost you $49 or $49 and then tax. So that's a pretty good deal, and you can get that at any time, not just the pre-order or anything else like that. You can't get those digital. You can't get those discounts on the digital games. Typically, the games cost just as much retail. So if a game's $60 on their online store, it's the same for the cartridge. So honestly, there is some money to be saved by going with the cartridges in themselves. Me personally, I do the Best Buy thing with the cartridges. Now, so you got the Switch, right? So you got what you want here, and you're having a good time. And again, you're doing what you want to do. These last 20 hours of battery life when you plug it into the dock, or if it's out of the dock, these will be charged by the system, so you don't need any extra chargers per se. But I want to go on the go, right? Now you could use the actual Switch charger, but it's kind of big and it doesn't fit in a lot of those cases. In fact, a lot of those cases don't have a lot of storage. I went online to Amazon and got another case called the Butterflies. That's this guy right here. Now, it doesn't cost very much. It's going for $10 right now, I think, on Amazon. I think I paid $15. It's got different colors on the stripes. And the reason why this is great is because of the fact that, first of all, it's a very simple system to hold your Switch in, which is one Velcro strap, keeps it in, holds 9 games here, party piece, second flap here, another 10 games. A lot of those ones out there that you see, you look, does not have this flap. If you're lucky, it has this. The other thing that it has, a lot of them don't, some of them have, they may have like 2 of the 3 functions. It also has this nice big mesh area. Now, why is that nice? Because if you look in here, you can sort of see I have an extra set of controllers than what I have on my Switch. Why is that important? Well, the Switch is not just a single player game. You can also play 2-player games with this. So if I put this into a tabletop mode, I can take these off and put them. I'm gonna have my camera person assist me because I have no fingernails. My son does not have problems with doing this, or if you have slightly longer fingernails, there's a kickstand. You put that on there, and then you have your 2 controllers with your joystick and your buttons. Now, as it stands, you're playing 2 players, but maybe you want 2 extra controllers, so that way you can play 4-player Mario Kart. You could do that. To play 4 players, you got to get another set of these. Now, you can buy them individually. These are $50 a piece. You can buy 2 for $80. It's cheaper if you buy them as a pair. As I said earlier, again, when it comes to the colors, they have these in yellow, both red, both blue, mix and match. The Splatoon ones, I think, are like fuchsia and green. But again, they have colors to do clear and all kinds of stuff if you really want to mess with that. But again, when you have these, very simply, very cheaply, you now have the ability to do 4 players. Now, as it stands, this is also important if you want a second set of controllers, because these are also motion controls. If you know or don't know about the Wii, these are motion controls. So in a certain game called Arms, which is a boxing game, you can punch and it'll sense it. No sensor bars, whatever, it does everything for you. Now as it stands, if I got a set, clearly my friend's got to have a set, and so that's where this doubly comes in handy. And that's why I got those. That night I really like the yellow colors. Now as it stands, this is not exactly how I go about doing things. When it comes to playing at home, you could do the grip, and that's fine. But one of the other things is when I put this, I have it in the docked mode, like this, at home. It's left on the TV. I bought this, which is the Pro Controller. Pro Controller is nice because again, this just like this little Joy-Cons, these last 20 hours, this lasts 20 hours as well, which is way better than a PlayStation 4 Xbox controller, and it's rechargeable. It's lithium-ion. Now, this hooks up just like the Switch does via USB Type-C. It does not have a proprietary connection at the bottom. As it stands, you could use any USB Type-C charger to charge this, definitely. That you can, but not if you're playing a game. Like if you're playing an intense game like Legend of Zelda, you need something a little bit better. Now you could use the actual Nintendo charger, but it's huge and it's somewhat expensive. Now, as it stands, I have this in here. Now what this is, I wanted something that would charge it and would fit in my case. A little research found out the Google Pixel Charger XL. This is for their tablet. It typically runs about $33 on Amazon, maybe $35 in Best Buy. This puts out the 19 watts that you need to charge this while playing an intense game, and the percentage of the charge will actually go up as you're playing. So you don't have to like set it aside or whatnot. Now, if you try to use this with the dock, it will not work. It'll come up with a message saying that there's not enough power, and it's because it's got USB and it needs at least like 39 watts, which is the Nintendo stock charger. So either you're buying a Nintendo charger, an extra one so you don't have to unplug it, or you're going to need to set up your system so you can unhook it and do it. Unfortunately, you're not going to buy a whole bunch of these to stick around your house because they're $90 a piece. Now the good thing is the $90 one comes with an HDMI cable, comes with that $40 charge cord, so it's not as bad. So this is probably more like, I don't know, maybe $40, if you will, in Nintendo's eyes for cost. If you bought this separately, I think they do sell it separately for, I think, $40 or $50. Again, I don't see the value added in that. You can easily get another HDMI cable for cheap. It just, you got to figure out what you're doing charging wise. Only time you really feel that you really would want this dock on the go is if you're trying to play a 4-player game like Mario Kart. 2 players fine on the go. I did that on an airplane. Tetris 2 players fine. But trying to play Arms 2-player was a little hard because you're both doing motion controls and whatnot, even though the screen size was fine. But as far as the 4-player Mario Kart, that would be rough. You'd really want that on a big screen TV. So if you have a bunch of family over doing it, it'd be recommended. Now, when it comes to this guy, you probably can't tell here, but it's actually got a glass overlay on this. I bought that, put it on, and that's because if you have kids or you're not being careful, the dock can scratch the screen, which is plastic. You can put it on, really easy to put on. Doesn't cost a lot. I think it was like $10. No, it was like $7. And they give you 2. Orzi has one. I highly recommend it. Doesn't add that much reflection, to be honest with you, and honestly, unless I told you, you wouldn't even know that this didn't come like that. As far as anything else, it does have a headphone jack for audio, but of course none of these controllers actually have an audio jack, so if you're docked, you're not going to be getting audio through your Switch in that manner anyway, so you got to have like a surround sound that you can hook it up to or something. Other things that are of importance is the fact that the games themselves are usually $60, but some of the other games that you get online and whatnot are a little bit cheaper. And again, this guy's really light, and I really enjoyed it a lot. But one of the things when I was going to California, Battery life obviously a problem when you got a 5-hour flight or whatever. So I went out and bought something else, which is a battery pack. Now I figured, well, let's go get something really, really nice I could use for other things. So I went and bought this. Comes with a case, comes with the charger, RAV power. This is the 26,000 milliamp hour battery. This system has a 4,000 milliamp battery. This is the max that the FAA will actually allow you. Pretty much, they say 100 watts. This is 99.1, so we're pushing it. The good thing about this is, not only does it have the Type-C cord, it doesn't come with the actual adapter for the wall, so that's where this guy comes in from the Pixel. I can charge my Switch, and I have 2 cables that come with it. I could charge 2 cell phones at the same time, so I could be playing games and charging my cell phones without any issue, so I'm not fighting for power at the airports. This is $80, and this is pretty awesome. I love it. It has a button. If you push, it shows you how much charge you have, and again, it comes in a nice case and all the cables. Honestly, you know, all this stuff, you don't have to buy it all. You can simply buy the system for $300 and then, you know, pick up some games, but still really pick up some of the other stuff as you go. They do make another one of these that's a little bit more expensive. It was like $30 that you could charge the actual Joy-Cons, but I didn't see much value added to that, to be honest with you. Games-wise, games are going really good right now. You got a Mario Kart, you have Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is an action-adventure game. You have Splatoon, which is a shooter game, but it's not, you know, really violent. There's painting and stuff and whatnot, and they're constantly adding things to that. You have FIFA that came out, NBA 2K8 basketball game. You have Madden on there. You have a wrestling game that just came out, a WWE game. You got Mario and Rabbit, which is like a strategy game. You have Tetris, which is a puzzle game. You have Mario, which is a 3D platformer that's coming out this month. You have Skyrim, which is a Western RPG, you know, think Lord of the Rings type of thing. It's come out. You have Squaresoft, which does the Japanese RPGs, and Nintendo's own Monolith is coming out with the Xenoblade in December. You got Doom coming out for the system, a whole bunch of indie games. I mean, you have a lot of games that are coming out, and I think everyone's getting on board because no one knew what this was going to be, and they were a little weary with the previous Wii U, which didn't do too well. But once they've got their hands on this, they decided, oh wow, people really like this and want to buy this. In fact, I myself am holding off on buying games from other systems just to wait to see if they come out for this, which is honestly, it's really nice because I can play a game on this and be playing at home and then take it with me, and I haven't skipped a beat, and it doesn't even matter because I'm not going between systems. In the past, you had a game maybe on the portable, you had a game on your home system, but the graphics weren't the same. You had different places. Like I get so far on the portable, but now I have to start all over on the home system. They tried doing it with the PlayStation with the Vita, where you streamed. It didn't go all that well. The online is there. You can play Mario Kart and match up with people, but you can't do like gaming lobbies per se all that well and talk to people. They're coming out with a new online thing next year, but to be honest, the voice chat option isn't that great. But to be honest, I'll use my cell phone if I really want to get together with my friends with voice chat. More honestly, they try to encourage with this local gameplay, which is always more fun when you can rag on your friend locally and have fun with it.
Hi people, I'm Michael and this is my helper for Phil Games, John. We're going to talk about the Switch. This is what a Switch looks like and do. Okay, let's get started.
So,
it's their time.
Question. First of all, I know you've been in the game since the Wii U. What's your honest opinion about the Switch versus the other Nintendo systems you played? What do you like about it?
Because it can do this.
Okay, and what's that?
Take controllers out and none of the other ones could do it. Versus 3DS, you could close it and then open it back up and you're still in the game just like the DS Mario game.
Okay.
It says it says stuff is still on.
Okay. So you like the fact that you can quickly get in and out of the game.
Yes.
Compared to the other systems is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Now, what's your feeling about these side controllers right here?
Yeah.
Since you have small hands versus the big controller. Do you feel any of a difference?
No, just feel the same.
They feel about the same, you think?
Except this one's harder, this one's cooler.
Oh, what?
When you did touch this.
Oh, because the heat?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other question I have for you is, how do you like being able to take something that you play at home and then take it on the go with you?
One problem.
What's that problem?
One system is not pretty great with it. The Black Wii U.
Well, the Black Wii was never designed to do that.
Yep. Except this 3DS and Switch can.
But the 3DS doesn't have all the same features the Switch has, right?
Yeah, except
it sort of takes the
Switch
Wii U
has
and it takes
Mario.
the 3DS and puts them together, right?
Except the 3DS have Mario Kart 7.
Right.
Instead of Mario Kart 8. It works for Mario Kart.
Right. But, I'm sure the graphics look better on the Switch than the 3DS, right?
Okay, time to
Right.
switch to this.
Okay, why? Why are we switching to that?
Because we need to switch about this stuff right now. Okay, I'm not going to be in here anymore.
Oh, you're not?
Until...
Well, wait a minute. Well, I wanted to talk to you about some of this stuff, because some of this is important. What do you think about the different type of games? Does it have a bunch of different games that are racing games and shooty games and adventure games you like? Does it have enough games you like?
There's not, except there's no game just like...
Oh, so you like the Pikmin games?
Yeah, because there's people and sometimes you can switch yourself for the first one.
Okay, so...
The first one's too hard.
So, but it's got a shooter game like Splatoon, right?
Yeah.
It has a racing game like Mario Kart, right?
No.
It has Mario Kart, doesn't it?
No, not the Pikmin game.
No, I'm going over the amount of games. So Mario Kart, right? It's got
Yeah.
a racing game. It's got a
Bye.
adventure game like Zelda, right?
Yep.
And then it's also got a party game like 1-2 Switch, right?
Yep.
And then it also has ARMS, which is a boxing type game, right?
Yeah.
And then it has puzzle games like Tetris, right?
Yeah.
And then it has, it has, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is like a strategy game, right?
It's right here.
Right?
And Splatoon.
Well, I didn't mention
was playing.
So what's coming out at the end of this month?
Mario Odyssey
Now,
on October 27th.
Now, how does that game look different than Mario games you played in the past? Because clearly you played Mario on the Wii U and the other.
It's like almost older Mario games, except the special thing is you can change clothes, not like the others.
How so?
Because remember those coins that you get, and we need to check the video.
Okay. Well, they can't see the video. You got to understand that. But the point of the matter is
Okay.
you like
time to flat.
you didn't. We're going to do some game reviews in the future of some different games to let you know what we thought about them, so on and so forth. Most of the games have been pretty good, to be honest with you. I've been pretty happy with them. Of course, there's a ton more games coming out, but I can tell you right now that when it comes to the Switch, it's something you definitely should pick up. It can be a family system. You can have multiple profiles on here. Just be mindful, there are parental controls if you need to. They're just not natively in the system. You have to download an app. But that kind of works anyway, because if someone has a portability, you can more easily keep an eye on it than you can if it's obviously in the house where it doesn't go anywhere. So that kind of makes sense. As far as an online shop, there is not a virtual console system as of yet, but there are a bunch of games you can download on the system that are cheaper, like $10, $20, that are cheap. And there's a whole bunch of independent games that are smaller companies that are releasing games for the system. We're gonna also, if there's any other type of questions that you have that you want us to review type things, you could always put some comments in the links below. And of course, if we haven't covered something, I didn't want to jam it all in this one video, but I'm trying to cover as much as possible in case you are being serious about buying a Switch, what you may want to consider looking into. Most of the other stuff beyond what I saw here, it kind of feels erroneous, or they're knockoffs, or they're not doing as well, or even not fully baked, like I said, when it comes to a case, or they really should have made a smaller charger for portable use. If you're interested in any of the items that we showed you here today, there's affiliate links down below that you can click on to easily purchase these items and go from there. There's also links going to be on the blog as well, with links to make it easy. We did it in both locations. Past that, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have the gumption, please subscribe and come back and visit us some more when we do some more stuff. I'll tell you what the way it is. Thanks.